If people can't preach unless they are sent, we must now ask, how will they be sent? There are many modern and historic barriers to sending missionaries to the unreached, too many to list. But one barrier remains significant in terms of preventing missionaries from actually making it to the mission field today, and that is student debt. Did you know that 56% of college graduates today have student debt of around $29,000? It's these degrees that regularly help aspiring missionaries enter countries otherwise inaccessible to missionaries, but these same countries are open to college-educated young people. This is a real barrier, and it's sidelighting a generation of aspiring missionaries from making it to the field. Together with Friends of the Ministry, the Go Fund is working to remove this barrier for aspiring missionaries.
It means that we get to leave the States years ahead of time. That has great implications. It means that we will be able to learn language years faster and be able to plant a church, Lord willing, years faster. That means that people that may actually perish before we have that opportunity get to hear that message. So it has great implications. Multiple individuals thought of something like this to be able to help missionaries go. It's a wonderful relief to not have debt. Outside of the student loans that Go Fund is covering, we are totally debt free. And to be able to go with that burden lifted it's wonderful.
It is a huge burden off our shoulders. I really can't imagine going overseas and trying to pay off the tens of thousands of dollars of student loans. And so the fact that we don't have to worry about that and we get to focus on ministry is incredible.
And we know that there's people on the other side of the world that are waiting to hear from us specifically, and they're waiting to hear. I mean, the time is of the essence for these people, and so they need to hear now. God's plan is for them to hear now, and so the Go Fund had everything to do with that.
At one point, we calculated, how long it would take for our student loan debt to be paid off at an aggressive rate for the two of us with our current jobs. It was anywhere between 15 and 20 years. They made a way where there wasn't a way. We wouldn't have been able to go because of the immense debt that we had. It's hard to even put into words. We wouldn't be going if it weren't for the Go Fund.
To be accepted, to be picked up by the Go Fund, I mean, it really is unexplainable. We are so stinking grateful.
Yeah, it's such a blessing.
Not only does it confirm in ourselves like what the Lord called us to, like it's just another thing that confirms that, where it's like, okay, obviously, like, Lord, you really have called us to this because you're making a way for it to happen. It helps us get there. I mean, if we didn't have the Go Fund, the finances and support raising and our budget and everything would look a lot different.
The fact that I was once sitting in a desk interviewing field workers about this very question. I once sat at a desk where I asked our field workers what it meant to them that the Go Fund is taking on their student debt. And now I get to sit on the other side. I get to sit in the other chair and be asked that question. It's an immense answer to prayer.
So how will missionaries be sent? Well, by people like you and me. Isn't that amazing? Faith really does come through hearing. And as a follower of Christ, we have the privilege of playing our part. What's yours?